Hey everybody, welcome to the video. Whoops, welcome to the channel. Today we are doing what is, my opinion, the hardest task for a compact utility tractor. We're going to be doing a little bit of bush hogging, and that's underselling it. It's a lot of bush hogging. So if you're new to the channel, this is my John Deere 755. It's an older compact utility tractor. It's hydrostatic, it's got brake steer, it's got four-wheel drive. I got some auxiliary hydraulics. It's got a custom needle cough quick attached on the front of this rig. And it's a pretty daggone good tractor. It's kind of the first hydrostatic tractor to come about. And these old 55 series, the 655, 7, 8, and 9 are some pretty sought after old tractors. And I'm pretty proud of this beast. But this is the hardest thing that I put this tractor through every year. It's bush hogging our front hill. One of the reasons that bush hogging is so hard on these tractors is it is a constant load. It's a constant heavy load, just non-stop. As long as it's bush hogging, this engine is under load, and it can really pull it down, especially on the hill that I mow on. Well, basically, I'm just going to walk you through the steps, everything I do to get the tractor ready for bush hogging. Then we're going to do the bush hogging, and hopefully we're not doing any repairs along the way. We're off to a good start on a tire that's never had an issue losing air. We be flat. Well, I appear to have found our problem. You see, the valve stem's not there. So that seems to be, yeah, that's gonna be, oh man, neat. Good. This is good. It's fine, this is good. I was just thinking what an ample amount of time I have to get something accomplished today. At least we're getting this handled now, and not when I'm in a rush. My handy bead breaker hammer. Just kidding. She's a universal. Lovely. Need a lever. Oh. Oops. Oh, I guess let's just, I'll have to take it off the bead to get that valve stem in anyway. This has a danger. It's a rebound alarm as far as bead breaking. You got to be careful with it. Yeah, you got to be careful. Soapy water works best, but I don't have it over here at the barn. There we go. Well, now this is a mystery, fellas. 3 valve stems. Neat. Well, let me pick the best out of these 3. See if I can get to go back in there. So as a way to keep the valve stem on, which they make little thingamabobs, but I'm going to screw the end of the compressor onto the valve stem so it doesn't accidentally fall back in while we're putting it on the bead. But they make little, I mean, it's like a cap to a valve stem, but I put the valve stem in backwards. It's like a cap for a valve stem, but it's got a wire on the back, like a cable on the back side of it, so you can pull the valve stem back through. But this way, with the compressor attached, I won't lose it until we've got air back on it. And they make, what I have on the other drive tire is a threaded valve stem, which I like. I think they work better. I wonder if this compressor has enough to set this bead. Bet it does. In a wild turn of events, the end came off. So now the valve stem and the adapter on the end of the hose is inside the tire. You know, we're just another day. Another day. Okay, that's all I can handle. Here's what I ended up putting on there, and it's a stainless steel valve stem with a nut on there. These hold up really well to getting whacked with sticks and things like that, which is what I think happened to the old tire. I think it just got whacked with a stick, the valve stem. Where's my valve stem at so I can show you? There it is in all its glory, ready to go. And as you can tell, I just went ahead and picked up an extra one, so when the same thing happens to the other side, we can get it set up nice too. Now we got that fixed, let's get to bush hogging. So step 1, now that we got the tire back on and everything good, you can see my engine's pretty dusty and dirty. While we've got the opportunity, we're just gonna take the old dirt remover here and just give her a gentle hose down and clean everything out. Then I'll show you the number 1 thing that I got to make sure I got to get clean on this little tractor. Another thing I like to do is just gently wash the back side of the radiator out. Hopefully kind of blows everything out the front side of her. So I ran water out the back side of the radiator until it came out clear underneath, and it came out mud for a little bit, so that means she was pretty dusty. The other big thing on these 755s is this screen. It's hidden in right here, and you can see she's pretty caked. That screen is what sits in front of the radiator. The screen sits right here in front of the radiator for the intake. The breather just pulls right out of that hole. So I'm gonna shove the hose and clean that out again from both sides. And we'll make sure we get this screen all shiny and new too. The screen looks good. Did the radiator and the oil cooler up front. I don't know, you could probably pull the screen first before you wash the radiator. This is that whole viewer discretion advised. Is that what that means? I don't know. Not a scientist by any means. Oh, dang it. Put her in the wrong slot. It happens. Just, okay. Now we got it. Now we got it. Beautiful. And then you just shove that back in there. Yep. There we go. She's good there. Look how mint she is now. Straight from the factory. Oh, gotta put the panel back on. Just like that. Lovely. So, step one with the old Wappa Choppa is gonna be get her flipped over so we can get the blades all sharpened up. Let me show you what I've done to this though. We call it the Wappa Choppa because I made a few little modifications. The biggest thing is I cut the back end out of this thing and then kind of reinforced right here. The blade sticks out, oh, I don't know, 1/2 inch, 3/4, 4 inches, however big that is. And that way, with the top, it kind of acts like a push bar. I can back up to small 1-2 inch saplings and cut those over a little bit easier. Works pretty well. I only got one wheel on it because, well, that's all the wheels I got. Other than that, she's just your standard 48-inch bush hog. I think it was a king cutter. Well, we repainted her a custom John Deere green. That way, whenever it gets rubbed off, it looks really cool with the orange underneath. Most fellas got to go to the auction lot to find quality like that, but you're getting it right here. Starting to get some fatigue cracks there. Looks like a fella might have to put some time into this here in a couple years. Let's see if we can get these cleaned up just a little bit. What do you think? Say, Mike, you're gonna grease your U-joints? Well, see, I'm gonna take the economical option. See, the grease zerk that's 79 cents fell out probably 5 years ago, so we're almost to a $50 U-joint at this point. People ask all the time, that is the Ohio River in front of us there, and this is our field. You can see the neighbor bush hogged his just a few days ago, so by law, I've got to bush hog mine. But we're pretty tall, 4, 5, 6, 17 feet in some places. We'll see how she comes out. I've got the tunes, and one of the most important things, we got to get these puppies locked in, just on the off chance that we run into some yellow jackets out there. There's a good chance of it. I'll take you with me for a few passes, then we'll set her up on time lapse. And there you have it. She's all bush hog. She actually did pretty well, pretty happy with it. Took me about 2 hours total. There's a southbound barge going down. Empty, coal barge. So like I said, that's a 20-horse tractor with a 15-horse PTO power output with a 48-inch bush hog. And yeah, it took more time getting everything ready on this machine and the bush hog so that I could actually do the bush hogging. But it's like the old Abraham Lincoln quote, give me 6 hours to cut a tree, I'll spend the first 4 sharpening the axe. I think that definitely proves true. I think mowing grass and bush hogging is probably one of the most demanding things we can ask out of our compact tractors. A little bit of preparation goes a long way. Stay tuned to the next video because we're going to put the Wappa Choppa in use. The business end of this thing where the blade sticks out just a little bit. We're going to put that to use. I got some saplings I got to push back on one of our access roads back here. So stay tuned for that. I definitely appreciate you guys watching. I hope I'm lucky enough to catch you on the next one.